When I say Kalal Yahweh, when I say Kalal, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bashim Akadash, the honest to the apostles of great millstone. Shalom to all the brothers in the highway and byway preach this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. I'm the brother Shapar from the James Jamaica camp, and this lesson basically is to give you a quick understanding of the Lord's narrative. You know, because the Lord have a narrative that is being played out on the earth. You know, the Lord is a mighty and powerful God, and basically, in order to let His creation know that He possesses such power, you know what I mean, He has to have a reason to demonstrate it. See, and one of the reasons the Lord have to demonstrate His power in the face of all these nations is basically to set up a nation that He favors, you know what I mean, and have other nations to come up against that nation that He can have vengeance. And yes, the Lord set up a scenario for vengeance, and just for the interest of bringing out all the scriptures as possible, I'm going to bring out the first precept. This is Nahum 1 and 2. He said, God is jealous. So basically, the Lord has to have something that He is jealous of. And in that case, is the nation of Israel. See? Let me find another precept here just to support that fact. Just to prove who the Lord is jealous of or jealous for. Also, this is Zechariah 8 and 2. He said, thus saith the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion. I was jealous for Zion with a great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fury. You know what I mean? So this is the running narrative that the Lord is going to play out on the earth, man. His fury upon all the nations that basically come up against Zion. Zion is the reason, or the catalyst for the Lord to show His power on the earth, man. You know what I mean? And so therefore you have to have nations that come up against Zion. And any nation that come up against Zion is the Lord's enemy. That is the running narrative. Let me go back to that precept here. First precept here. Where is it? Yeah, this is Nahum 1 and 2 again. It says, God is jealous for Zion, yeah, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on His adversaries, because the Lord, by setting up Zion, making nations come up against Zion, you know what I mean, it can fit in those nations to the slot of being adversaries so that He can bring His wrath upon them, that His fame might be declared throughout all the earth. Yeah, that is the full story. And reserve it His wrath for His enemies. So the Lord basically is reserving His wrath no for His enemy, especially so-called white man. Because what the Lord have to do, He have to make this nation grow up mighty and proud, and everybody believes, say, oh, this nation are the greatest nation. You know what I mean? And who can take down this nation? You know, because that is the idea now. Who can take down the so-called white man? You know what I mean? Then the Lord will show Himself, you know, to snatch fame. I mean, a lot of people can't get that. Them think that the Lord is dealing with the whole world for no reason at all. For them story don't make no sense in it at all. But this is the story that the Lord set up on the earth, where He basically put Israel on the earth in order to favor Israel, that Israel enemy come up against Israel, so that He can demonstrate His power. You know what I mean? By defending what this is. You know what I mean? And by doing that, all nations will stand afar off and say the might and the power of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh. That's how his might and His power is demonstrated upon the nations. So he created this the reason to demonstrate his might and his power upon all nations. You know what I mean? That all could learn who the God of the creation is, man. You know what I mean? It's basically to generate fame for itself. A matter of fact, I'm gonna get some more precept just to back up the point. Um, this is Romans 9 and 17. It said, "For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee." So the reason why Pharaoh was created is that the Lord could demonstrate his power and Pharaoh and his army. You know what I mean? And that what? And that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. If you can notice today, see, nobody really believe in the higher power, the Lord Yahweh Shai, as back then. So the Lord become as he is off the scene altogether. You know what I mean? The so-called white man is doing all the mighty things on the earth now. Just like Pharaoh, was mighty back then. So the Lord set the so-called white man up just like how him set up Pharaoh. As if we read from up here, the topic starting with Esau and Jacob and the vessels of wrath. You know what I mean? So Esau is the vessel that the Lord set up, like how him set up Pharaoh for the vessels of the Most High wrath. Seeing, so the Lord God demonstrate his jealousy, his godly jealousy with great fury upon the so-called white man who is Esau for what he has done to his people, just like Pharaoh back then. That is the narrative. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen, yeah? Well, let me bring out a precept here. This is Joshua 18, 9 and 8. It said, "And they said unto Joshua, we all, so okay, we are thy servant, and Joshua said unto them, who art he? And from whence come he? And they said unto him, from the very from a very far country, thy servants are come because of the name of the Lord thy God." You know what I mean? So these people basically, what the Lord did to the Egyptians, these people hear about the fame of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. You know what I mean? And basically come with supplications, man. You know? Anyway, for we have heard of the fame of him, yeah, the fame of the Lord, because the Lord destroyed the Egyptian and all the other kings that will stand in the way of Israel. And the same scenario has been set up today with these nations, and the Lord, can they fight against the Lord, our Shaiman? It tell in the book of Revelation that all these nations will team up to fight against the Lord. You know what I mean? So the Lord set that scenario up that him can take them down, that the whole world can know, say, yo, he's a power to be reckoned with, man. Seeing, and then his fame agonized abroad again. And all that he did to the Egyptians, and done for the Egyptians, and he done to the kings, them and the Amorites, and you can continue the precept. You know what I mean? But to show you that that's the reason why the Lord set the narrative this way. Put Israel into bondage by creating a enemy to do so, that him can have vengeance upon that enemy, man. And sad to say, for you, cracker, you're the one fall into that trap. You know, and all them other nations that team up with it. The book, you know, the Psalms tell all the nations them who involved in touching the Lord's apple of his eye, man. Your nation gonna get it, man. You're gonna get it well, you know. Don't know what Christians are teaching, but we know that that's what narrative the scripture pushing, you know. See, and this is the end goal. This is the end goal. Because the Lord hide himself from the nations, man. Because if you go out and seeing and if you go out on the road and you preach, you have heathen coming up against, so people laughing, them scoffing at it, and hey, even Jake don't even believe that there is a God. Some of them don't believe that there is a God who's going to save them. You know what I mean? From the other nations, them, and everybody scoff at that right now because the Lord hide himself, and then I'm gonna make himself appear to everybody that everybody can know the fame of the Lord Yahweh Shai. And this is Isaiah 45 and 15. Said, "Very verily, Thou art a God that hideth himself, O God of Israel, the Savior. You know what I mean? And everybody gonna know that Israel is the apple of the Lord's eye, and by the works that the Lord are gonna do on the earth, defending Israel, man. He said, I'm gonna defend it and I'm gonna deliver it. Speaking to Israel. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's what coming for you, heathen. You know, the Lord set your ass up. You know what I mean? That Him can show His wrath upon human for the nation of Israel. So without say Kalalali Awa Bashim Shai, Bashim Raka Kodash, the balance to the apostles of great Stone once more. Shalom to all brothers and in the island by preaching this word in sincerity and in truth with much honesty. Shalom.